What up, everybody? It's your boy Flash from ALWT Gaming, aka Malachi36. I am here with the one and only chalk sharpening the pole corner pocket. It's the 9-ball.
Hello.
Yeah, I hear you.
How you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. How about yourself? How about
You said
yourself?
that drink that we don't like
I
talking
know.
about on this stream. I'm noticing on this stream, Malachi,
No, I'm good.
We're running out that door there.
Nah, I just got the Obey Your Thirst, which is the Sprite, but it is inside this conveniently logoed Raise Energy Drink coaster, where you guys can get yours as well at www.repsports.com. Type in ALWT Gaming at checkout, get 15% off. Again, that's your Raise Energy Drinks, that's your water supplements, your workout powders, your little coasters like I have right there. All of that. But enough of the ads. What's up, Mildew and Carrot?
I'm watching the stream to mod it, and I'm noticing that the symbol's blocking my lower face, so I kind of look like that guy from, like, Tim Allen's, Home Improvement show. I'm just like over
Wilson.
Just like, I'm just like, hey, like, just looking over it. I'm like, it's like I have to step straight to be like, hey, can you see me?
Yeah, just.
But anyways, I'm doing fine.
All right, that's good. That's good.
Living life, gaming life,
All day. I'm actually gonna fix that right now for you.
Ton of Stranded Deep.
Yeah. That's actually why I did want to take the conversation real quick. So, you've been playing a lot of Stranded Deep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, is that the only game you've been playing so far lately?
Right now, yeah. I'm actually going to be getting into here probably starting either this weekend or next week. Going to be getting Die Young going, so I can get that completed. But Stranded Deep, I love it because it's got building capabilities, traveling, searching, and then also things in there that will kill you. So it definitely makes the game a lot more fun and interesting.
Heard that. Okay.
Really good survival. 9-ball, and I actually tried out multiplayer, and it's pretty fun. They just got a lot of glitches they got to work out of it with connectivity issues. But other than that, it was a lot of fun just from what we played. Played like 2 days worth 9-ball?
Yeah, we played quite a bit of it. It's fun. Like I said, if they didn't have those glitching problems, it would be a lot better. They had some connectivity, but outside of that, once they get that fixed up, it'll be a great game.
And you guys are both on PC?
Yep.
Heard that. What have you been playing there, 9-ball? Is it just more Stranded Deep as well, or is there anything additional to the list that you wanted to add that you were playing?
I've been trying to play some games. It's been a very busy week at work lately. But normally I've been playing a lot of Tales of Systeria still.
Okay, that's what's up.
JRPG, they'll get you hooked.
All day.
They'll never let you go.
So I did. Go ahead.
But I said I did pick up some other games I'm going to be playing here shortly. Probably be, what is it, Tormented Souls and Inscription.
Okay.
It's 2 horror games. One of them is it's considered a horror roguelike card battler. It sounds weird, but it looked amazing. I was watching the stream or just play it. It's like a card game, but it's like a horror-based card game.
Huh.
Is that Tormented Souls or?
Tormented Souls is the second one I bought. That looked amazing.
Yeah, that one's on my wish list.
It's $20. It's pretty massive for a game, actually, and it's like Silent Hill and Resident Evil came together.
That's what it looked like when I saw it. And I kind of touched the demo a bit before it disappeared on me.
Yeah.
I think I've been having some issues with some of the demos I grabbed from that Oktoberfest weekend. I think they just shut down the keys for them, but it looked really fun when I tested it out.
Yeah,
so.
I did the Ikari one too. That's kind of like a Fatal Frame-ish style.
Okay.
Yeah. I never heard either one of those games, but I'm glad that you got them, and I hope that you enjoyed them. I have been. I had my week planned out for when I left to go to Wisconsin for a bit, and was going to play some more games on my Switch, get through the backlog nightmare that I've assigned us with, which we're going to check in at the end of the month, so about in 11 days. But then life happened. And I'm not gonna bore you guys with the
Use
details.
we all use.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bore you guys with the details, but it was like pretty much anything that you could possibly think of that went wrong this past weekend went wrong as far as traveling goes. The actual time me in Wisconsin was fantastic, amazing. Congratulations to my boy Richard, not Mildewy Carrot, but my other boy Richard, who got married to his fiance, and now he's on his honeymoon in Cabo. Yep, so definitely I know he's having a good time out there. But I, as of today, got a game that I pre-ordered, and that game, ladies and gentlemen, is Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba: The Hinokami Chronicles. I played the tutorial level. I'm liking the way it's going. And I'm actually very invested just by how it plays. It feels very Naruto-esque, like the Ninja Storm games, if you guys were ever into that. But this is Demon Slayer though, which is something that I'm much more into than I'm in for Naruto. So yeah. Yeah, that's just facts. I haven't, to be fair, I know most of what's going on.
Now.
No, it's Naruto.
Well, I thought that was like the second one that came out. Like, isn't it about his son or something?
Boruto?
You know?
That's Boruto.
Yeah, well, I thought that was the current hype thing now. Is it not? Like, to be honest, I stopped watching all of that a long time ago.
Yeah, Boruto is the hype part, but I don't know if they have a Boruto. They have a Naruto the Boruto game, Shinobi Ninja Strikers, so it's that. But that's the latest Boruto game that I've heard about. But other than that, yeah, I haven't like as far as the anime goes, I still have yet to actually see all of Shippuden. Like I've seen everything that's all before that, and I know what happens at Shippuden, but I never actually watched it myself. So
yeah, I was talking about my titles.
What Shippuden? Yeah, Naruto Shippuden. That's the name of it. I don't agree with it. I don't know why it's called that. I don't even know what Shippuden means. But I'm just saying in general, that's the second level of Naruto, because that whole first like 7 seasons is like the introductory arc is when they're kids, and then Shippuden's when they're grown up and everything like that. But yeah, I've been playing. I've been playing a little bit of Demon Slayer. Very excited to get more into that. And I'm definitely looking forward to more of the other games that we have coming out. But if you guys are here right now, you guys are either watching this as we are recording episode 69 of ALWT Things Gaming. If you guys are Anchor or Spotify listeners, this is episode 55 for you. So thank you very much again for tuning in. Make sure you guys are checking out on social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all of that. Just type in ALWT Gaming. You guys can also go to our website, www.alwtgaming.com. Check out our content out there. It's all in one central hub, so it's very easy to get to. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of news to talk about. And the first thing we're talking about is what's inside the thumbnail, which is Nintendo is robbing us blind, people. Nintendo's robbing us blind. So on this one, Gabe Gerwin from GameSpot, and this is a two-parter, by the way. The first 2 stories are Nintendo, but they're all kind of like put into one almost. Nintendo Switch Online, the subscription service required to play most of the platform's games online, also comes with the access to select games from the NES and SNES library. In the future, Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack subscription will add N64 games, Sega Genesis games, as well, and the selection available has grown over time. Below, we've included a list of all the games you can currently play via Nintendo Switch Online, as well as those announced for the expansion pack service. They're broken up by platform, and many have additional online features not found in the originals. Additionally, they all have save states. Many original NES and SNES games didn't allow for saving at all, much less saving at any point to return later. So before I get to the little sub parts of this, I do want to read the games that's currently on this list, which I have right here on the side right here.
So it's a list.
I'm gonna go through this quickly, but yes, it's actually not that huge. Like it is a lot of games, but it's not like massive. So for the Nintendo Entertainment System, you have Adventures of Lolo, Balloon Fight, Baseball, Blaster Master, City Connection, Glue Land, Chrysalis, Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong 3, Donkey Kong Jr., Double Dragon 2 The Revenge, Dr. Mario, Eliminator the Boat Duel, Excite Bike, Fire and Ice, Ghosts and Goblins, Gradius, Ice Climber, Ice Hockey, Journey to the Silas, Kid Icarus, Kirby's Adventure, Kung Fu Heroes, Mario Brothers, Metroid, Mighty Bomb Jack, NES Open Golf Tournament, Nightshade, Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Jaja Maru Kun, Pro Wrestling, Punch Out featuring Mr. Dream, River City Ransom, Ryger, SCAT, which stands for Special Cyberkinetic Attack Team.
Yeah, sure.
Shadow of the Ninja, Soccer, Solomon's Key, Star Tropics, Super Dodgeball, Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, 3, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, Tecmo Bowl, Tennis, The Immortal, Legend of Zelda, Twin Bee, Vice Project Doom, Volleyball, Verse Excite Bike, Wario's Woods, Wrecking Crew, Yoshi, and Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. That's all on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Then on the Super Nintendo Entertainment, we have Bomboozle, Brawl Brothers, Breath of Fire 1 and 2, Caveman Ninja, Claymates, Demon's Crest, Donkey Kong Country 1 through 3, Doomsday Warrior, F-Zero, Jelly Boy, Joe and Mac 2, Lost in Tropics, Kirby Superstars, Kirby's Dream Course, Kirby Dream Land 3, Magical Drop, Mario Super Picross, Natsumi Championship Wrestling, Operation Logic Bomb, Panel de Pon, Pilot Wings, Poppin' Twin Bee, Prehistoric Man, Psycho Dream, Smash Tennis, Spanky's Quest, Star Fox 1 and 2, Stunt Race FX, Sewer, EDF, Earth Defense Force, Baseball Simulator 1000, Super Ghosts and Ghouls, Super Mario All-Stars, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, Super Metroid, Super Punch-Out, Super Puyo Puyo 2, Super Soccer, Super Tennis, Super Valis 4.
Well, they just put super on everything, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. The Ignition Factor, The Legend of Zelda, A Link in the Past, The Peacekeepers, the Peacekeepers and the Peacekeepers. Those are two separate games. The Peacekeepers and the Peacekeepers.
Super Zelda.
Tough Enough, Wildlands. That is all on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. And then the list gets much smaller with the N64 and Sega Genesis Mega Drive. So on N64, we have Dr. Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Mario Tennis, Sin and Punishment, Star Fox 64, Super Mario 64, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Winbacks, Yoshi's Story. That's all on the N64. And on Sega Genesis, we have Castlevania Bloodlines, Contra, Hard Corps, Dr. Robonautics, Mean Bean Machine, Echo the Dolphin. Oh, Echo, I remember him. Golden Axe, Gunstar Heroes.
Golden Axe.
Mm-hmm. Golden Axe.
I remember Golden Axe.
Yeah, I was about to say, not Golden Eye, Golden Axe.
I remember Golden Axe. You used to run around with that axe.
Yep.
Get on that dinosaur.
Musha, Phantasy Star 4, Rise Star, Shining Force, Shinobi 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Streets of Rage, and Strider. Those are all the games that is coming out for this, which that is good.
No, it's not.
But
games, but
no Guardian Legend.
Here's going aside the subs now. So right now, as it stands, if you get an individual membership right now for Nintendo, like just a normal individual membership plan, for a month it's $4. For 3 months it's $8, and for annually it's $20 a year. For the family plan, we have $35 a year. And I pulled this from PC Mag, which is Mark Knapp. The new membership, which is talking about the next one that's coming out. The new membership includes access to 23 N64 and Sega Genesis games and will cost $50 a year for the individual or $80 a year for the family, which can include up to 8 Nintendo accounts, IGN reports. End quote. So with that being said, yes, you have access to these games, which I think is phenomenal. I think that's a great thing to do, and they're only going to add to it. Perfect. Great. Perfection. You're charging me $80 a year to...
If you get the family.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For the family, you're charging me $80 a year for the simple fact that I'm playing these same exact games that I already own. If you're a Nintendo
Might
fan,
not anymore.
yeah. Well, still, regardless, you're a Nintendo fan. Chances are you probably own them. If you're charging me $80 a year for these games I already own, just so I could play them on the Switch, not to be graphically remastered, not to have any updates other than that I can play online. And then once your subscription's over, it's not like you keep the games; they're gone. So you're telling me that you're doing that annually just so I can play these 23 games, and it's not even all of them are going to be like, not every single game that's on here is going to speak to every single gamer. That's even if you're a Nintendo fan. There's going to be a select few that's going to be on there for you guys. What are your guys' thoughts about that? Because I have my reservations, and you probably hear it by the tone of my voice.
No, I can't. I need you to work on that.
I think it's absolutely beautiful. I think that is the perfect. I'm just kidding.
And I thought Malachi was a Sony pony.
God, they ain't even got a big library. But everybody knows. I mean, at this point, everybody knows Nintendo's years behind. They don't even know what a sale is yet. You don't see Nintendo games going on sale. How much is
on their platform? You don't see it on. You see it in GameStop, like if you go inside of a store.
That's because they don't know yet.
I'm pretty sure that they don't even know that they've got that online store.
They'll figure it out one day. So I seen that it was $20 less at GameStop. Get them.
It's like, get them.
Shut them down.
The library is not that big. I don't even know why they have two different libraries. If you're gonna put a backwater thing of games, put them all together.
Mm.
And what else do you get on this benefit?
That's it. You just literally. I mean, you do get access to the online play because that's what it is. So it's including that, which you already have. But the only difference between this plan and the other plans is literally access to SNES games and N64 games. That is literally it.
Do they still have that chat restriction?
What do you mean?
I know Nintendo's having a problem with chat restriction.
I know that we can't talk through, like we'll still have to use our phone.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it still sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was checking on. I was just checking on that.
Yeah.
So I know everybody lately has been doing a $50 per month plan. I'd say it's okay.
$50 per month plan. That's a very expensive plan.
I mean per year plan.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Because
I know that, but
go ahead.
Okay, I'm about to say. But you get a lot of stuff with it. You get I can't really say free games because to be honest, most of the games on those subscriptions are tied to the subscriptions. You don't get the game to keep unless you drop subscription.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Another thing, but at least you can talk to your friends and you get all the benefits. Nintendo has not included that. They need to get that. They need to put more on there. I understand you have access to Nintendo games, but come on. We've played these games. Yeah, I ain't even got the Guardian Legend.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I've got the Guardian. You don't have the Guardian Legend. You don't have Fatal Frame on there. You don't have the original Resident Evil. You got Star Fox.
You don't have Gauntlet Legends.
Yeah, Gauntlet Legends.
Don't have Snowboard Kids.
Yeah.
I didn't hear much of Zelda in there.
They had a rock. I can't say it.
Ocarina of Time. Things like
Majora's Mask is actually on there. I don't know what was on that list, but it is on there. Like that was one of the things that they're promoting.
So right now, I don't really know where to place it in some ways, but I feel like it's more of a step backward. They don't need to keep trying to forcibly do that. If you're gonna put it in one plan, put it all together. This is it. This is your thing. You get all this. You get this. You get all the games. We'll throw in. You get a free Wii game or something. You can actually talk to your friends without a phone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see? I don't really know a lot about how we Switch Plus works or whatever it's called. how it works. I don't really have a Switch. I still need to get one. It's just personally, it's been for me, like I've said on off stream, is finding space to put one. And for me, it's not a lot of Switch games worth playing right now.
And I'm in that camp with you, to be honest with you. Like, I did get my Switch because there were more games that made me, but all right, now I can justify me getting a Switch. But at the same time, like, I still have yet to, I've had my Switch for about 6 months now, and I still have yet to actually fully commit to playing any games on it. And that's the thing I was afraid of even before, when there was even less games that I wanted to play. So I don't know. It's just the thing about it is that, going back to your comment there, for there are more things that's going annually, that's 50, 60 bucks a year. You are correct, 1,000% correct. PlayStation Plus does the same thing. You have the Xbox Gold that does the same thing. Even if you were to break down Xbox Game Pass, that's actually more, if you break it down by an annual basis, or even at least close, if not. But I think it's actually more. But the thing though about it is that when you get PlayStation Plus and Xbox subscription, not only are some of those games brand new, or even barely like a couple years old, if that. Like, usually, if it's like within a year, it's usually like within a year time period of it releasing, when those games come out. The thing about it is that majority of those games that come out are of value. They actually are pretty good. Like, there's quality behind that. For what Nintendo's doing, like, yeah, you have your N64 games. How many generations back is that? That's 2 decades worth of stuff with no remaster to it at all. Unless that's something that they're going to announce later on when it gets closer to them revealing it. Which I think is actually coming out like next week or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. It's just one of those things where just like, there's no value to this other than you just having that nostalgia. Like, they're profiting off of nostalgia too heavily right here. And it
basically they're Disney.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what they're doing now. I mean, I don't know. I can't even say. I was about to say the difference is that you can only get them at Disney, but at the same time, you go get this at Nintendo. So there really isn't a difference. You're right. They're pretty much the video game of Disney, and it's just like, come on now. Like, you're really, really. At least for Disney, you have movies that are coming out. And they're putting it on their platform. You right here, you're still just like, the plan that's included in this. The plan is strictly 1,000% nostalgia. I can't even.
Yeah,
I can't even play. Like, if they came out with a Zelda remake, that's not gonna be included in this plan. They're gonna make me pay that for separately. At least for Disney, I can at least get the Mulan movie that just recently came out. You know, so.
Or you can watch The Lion King.
Yeah.
No.
But I'm just saying in general, like. Me as the consumer, and this is one of the reasons why I don't invest so heavily inside Nintendo, because they keep looking to the and I know we had this conversation before when we talked about other consoles, but this is a perfect example. I don't buy a new console. I don't buy X, Y, and Z to play old games. That's why Nintendo doesn't speak to me so much, because they're harboring on old games. Like, I get in a new console so I can look forward to the new games. Is the old games being brought to the current gen console a benefit? Of course it is. There's value in that. But my primary purpose of getting this console is because I want to see what the next Final Fantasy is going to be, what the next Watch Dogs is going to be, what the next Hellblade is going to be, or Bayonetta 3 or something like that. Like, I want to see. I'm looking towards the future, and this plan is literally just you going back in my pockets for something you've already went in my pockets for 20 years ago. And on top of that, you don't even get to keep the game. You only keep the game for as long as you have the membership. So that's my thing about it. You have any commentary on that there, Mildew? I know me and Nineball just went off the rails with that one.
I mean, come on, guys. You should buy it and support it. They need to upgrade their fax machines. You know?
Story number... No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, come on, guys. You know they're still years behind.
I mean, you guys kind of said, pretty much you're paying for nostalgia. Some of the stuff, like, a lot of Nintendo fans already have. If they don't have it, you could probably find it elsewhere for cheaper. So I think Nintendo kind of really needs to take a step back and relook at a lot of their stuff. And
take steps forward.
they need to take a step back and see the problem so they can just correct it and start walking forward. Because to be honest, if they keep walking forward, the mess they've got, it's just going to make a bigger one. So all in all, this really doesn't do anything for me. I play Switch mainly for Breath of the Wild's, Monster Hunter. As soon as it will come out, Metroid Prime. I cannot wait till they finally give it to me. And there's a couple other games that I do like on there, so it's definitely not a complete waste in my opinion. There's some games on there. It's just I'm kind of with Malachi in the boat of I've got so many systems to play, that I'm kind of like half torn between some of them, but I've been working on trying to space my time out, maybe do like one system a day type of thing. So, but other than that, this really doesn't do anything besides make people want to spend more money to try and play something that's nostalgia that will only last for a year unless you pay it again. So I kind of agree that it needs to be merged together in a way towards like maybe you take this giant ass library and you do rotations, just kind of like say, all right, this month you've got these NES and Sega games out now with your membership, or I don't know. To me, it just seems like they are really trying to get more money to try and do something. So I don't know if they're trying to go the Disney route of like, fully, or if they really need money because they're trying to do something else. I don't know, but it definitely is just a buying for nostalgia purposes, and then they get funds for whatever they're going to be doing, which I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, some things I do believe in. Some things it is true. I'm listening because even with like Nintendo, for example, not Nintendo. God, I'm saying Nintendo. Even with Xbox, you're getting the game. Yeah, it costs more, but you're getting games day one.
Mm-hmm.
When Halo launches, it's going to be on Xbox Game Pass.
The multiplayer is
okay.
Yeah,
the multiplayer will be there.
But still, that's a big part of it, though.
That's the main thing a lot of people look at as the multiplayer for Halo.
Yeah.
Gears 5, there's a ton of games you can play that are still up to date, and they launch day one. They're going 7-8 generations back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, kids, just get an NES. Oh, God, I don't even know if there's NES minis even exist anymore.
To be honest, I'm pretty sure you could find a site that's got some sort of emulator with some of the archive libraries installed on it.
Nintendo's been on a witch hunt.
Well, they have. But here's my thing with these old games. People are like, oh, yeah, these are some old games. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. You put save points in there. You guys got to remember, these games aren't that long.
Mm.
Back in the day, they could not have 10, 12-hour gameplay stuff, installed on one system. Unless it's like, some of the biker games or like, the Tony Hawk games and all that, you're just one level and you're just playing them over and over again. Anything that's story based, you could probably beat within less than a day or so because of how limited spacing they had on these systems. If you were really good at it and you could easily you could probably go through it in about a day, depending upon what it was. But they just didn't have a full capacity like we're used to. Now, my other thing is also these are going to be back in the old graphics. These aren't the remasters. These aren't like made pretty and all. So for everyone who's so used to all the 3D capabilities we've got going on now, it's going to be a complete step back, which I don't mind. It's a blast from the past. It shows you where we came from, where games came from,
Except we didn't have 4K, so it looked better. We had standard depth TVs, kind of fit. But we got a 8K TV. You're looking at Mario's pixelated, body running around. It looks like something. You're going to need glasses.
So it's either going to be really, really blurred, or it's going to be extremely sharp-edged.
There's some people that have 12Ks.
But not only that, but also then with that comment, Nineball, you've got the colorations. You only had like up to what was it?
No, yeah, it was 3 colors: red, blue, and green.
It was the RGB.
RGB.
Format. Yeah. Yep. So your color format palette was very limited back then too. Not only that, but your soundtrack was an 8-bit to 16-bit soundtrack system.
Usually like a 20-second loop.
Yeah. So I mean, not that I'm like I said, this is what I grew up on, so I'm okay with it. But going forward into the future, I don't many of the younger generations are gonna enjoy that.
Yeah. And well,
Number
that's
two,
the thing
you-
is that this is not for them. This is strictly for people like us that are like, if you're as old as we are and are a Nintendo fan, that it's for you. That's what this is.
No more aiming down the sights, kids.
Malachi will not be interested in this at all. Like, I already know that. By the time he's of age to play video games, he's not touching this. I already know it.
Well, I would still show him it to say this is where it came from. This is the evolution of it, so you know what the beginning was. But
yeah, but it's
no,
not
I
gonna
definitely-
hold
I
his
definitely-
interest.
No.
This looks
It never was.
stupid.
It's like, what is this? Like, how do I rotate? Where can I do customization for my character? He needs to have bigger muscles. You know? Yeah, no, that's why I'm just like, it's very nostalgic and all, but my concern is now too with how targeted it is.
Yeah, that is true.
Are you going to be getting the amount that you should be getting for it? You know, versus what you could possibly be getting by maybe increasing the membership by maybe about $10 and then just giving it to everyone. You know, or like a small $5 thing. Like, because I don't even know what the math is for doing it. Because $50,
There's
you're
no
paying
way
for,
this
like, a
costs.
hole in the game.
Yeah, there's no way that this costs that much to implement on the Switch. Absolutely
For
no
these
way.
old games too. You know, well, I know it costs that much in terms of production usage and
No,
They're still
it
using
does.
they're still using Macintosh down there. Okay.
Really? They upgraded? I thought they were using gateways.
They got the floppy disk. Still playing Number Munchers.
Yes, guys, we just dated ourselves.
Oregon
Very hardcore.
Trail.
Do you know what?
Oregon Trail? Though that is. I'm gonna stop talking before I date myself.
Do you guys know what Nintendo doesn't have anymore though? The lead,
Bluetooth?
because story number 2 was Nintendo Switch's 33-month streak ends. Eddie Mackey from GameSpot says the NPD group has released a report for the September U.S. video game sales, and the Nintendo Switch has finally been dethroned. After 3 months of being after the 33 months of being the top seller, best on unit sales, the PS5 finally outsold the Nintendo Switch in September 2021. This was the first time since November 2018 that the Switch was not the top seller in the US based on unit sales. The PS5 was the top performer in September 2021 based on units sold and the dollar sales in the US, and the PS5 is the best selling system of 2021 so far on dollar sales. The Switch, however, is 2021's biggest console based on unit sales. In total spending on the gaming hardware in September 2021 jumped from 49% to $412 million. From the year so far, people have spent $3.4 billion on the hardware, which also is up to 49%. Total spending on gaming for US September 2021, covering hardware, games, and accessories, reached $4.4 billion, which is up by 3% and sets a new record for September. Year-to-date spending hits $42.3 billion, which is up by 12%. End story. So with that being said, even in the midst of the pandemic, I know that a lot of people at the very beginning was assuming that video games were going to falter, or just along with other businesses. That's the complete opposite. Video games have thrived and thrived beyond all measure. I think
they kept the kids entertained.
Exactly, kept the kids entertained. Even when you're at home yourself, you're not working, and if you're a gamer, you're like, I have all the. If you're a gamer and God forbid you got furloughed, but if you got furloughed and you're a gamer, you're like, I have all this extra time. Let me go ahead and play my video games. You know what I mean? So I can see that happening, because again, what happened at the very beginning of COVID hitting United States? Animal Crossing came out. People were able to travel virtually. Animal Crossing had phenomenal numbers. I think it was like over 100 million or something like that. I could be wrong about that, but I think it was something ridiculously high. And I think the only reason why that is, I mean, obviously Animal Crossing has a huge fan base, but I think the reason why those numbers were as impressive is because of when it came out. Came out at the perfect time. So, and the only thing
Animal
about
Crossing is awesome.
the only thing that makes me wonder about this is if we didn't have a shortage, how much different would this number look for Xbox Series X/S and PS5? It's always going to be one of those what ifs, but I'm very curious to see how that's going to look because in the midst of a pandemic, for the PS5 to dethrone a console that's been leading the way for the past 33 months, that's huge. That's huge. Does anyone have any commentary on that before we go on over to Splinter Cell? I know that was just number talk, just little everything like that, but
well, just for me, it was. I mean, to be honest, it's not too surprising. I'm surprised it took that long. Like you said, if they had more of them, they would have probably did it earlier. It's just the thing about it is basically they're going to do it because it's a new console.
mm-hmm.
And most time, new consoles will outsell the Switch because the people are going to immediately start switching from the 4 to the 5. This will become more and more substantially noticeable. Probably once they start getting more and more stable numbers out, it'll become more and more. And once it begins to switch more and more towards the 5, for games coming out only towards the 5, it'll really start to switch.
Any commentary
switch
on that?
The Switch?
Yeah, switch the Switch. Any commentary on that there, Mildewy?
No, I mean, to be honest with what Nimble said, it makes sense because it started off really good with the Switch in the beginning of the pandemic because, one, it's good for the kids. They can pick it up, they can go to a different room, leave mom and dad alone when they're working at home, because they're off from schools, because of the whole pandemic and everything. So it was a very good sale, for people to have. Now, though, as you start getting away from all that, as things start to kind of level out and everything, people going back to work or kids going back to schools and all, you're gonna definitely probably see more going towards the 5, especially since the 5 now. I don't know if the availability is gone up again or not. I know people they've been trying to work on getting it to more and more people. So I feel as though as soon as that kicks it up again, it's going to really push the 5 forward in terms of sales to be a top seller again. But then also, as Nineball said, it's as more and more games come out towards that, which are much better graphic, much more people are on there because of the capabilities of easy multiplayer access, chat groups and all that. You're gonna see that switch over to it because the Switch doesn't have that capability, like you guys were talking about beforehand, of in-game chats right away. You log in, just go into the game, start chatting up with your friends as you do multiplayer. It doesn't have that. Oh, well, they got Bluetooth capabilities now. Well, I've been hearing some Bluetooth haven't been working, So it's like, now don't quote me on that. It's just something I've been hearing on and off. It's like, so I feel like it's very situational depending on
We need to call Reggie's payphone.
But I really feel like we're gonna see those numbers keep going, and we're gonna see people start to migrate off of that because now that they've got more accessibilities or more times to get these 5s, and with the games that have been announced that the pretty much PlayStation has been rocking on, Nintendo is kind of falling off. Like, their last announcements didn't really do too much for me. So I feel like they're slipping right now. So they really definitely need to step up their game.
They had a bunch of huge Animal Crossing announcements, I think.
They did, and that's the thing. It's very specific because if you're an Animal Crossing fan, then that was amazing for you. If it wasn't, if you're not, it's just like I could care less about that news update that came out for Animal Crossing. Like, oh, you got a new chair, awesome. That was literally, I'm not making that up. That literally was one of the news. Is that you get Froggy chair, and I was like, who cares? Like,
I know some people they was watching, they was getting excited. I was like, wow, they getting excited on the Froggy chair, the new island stuff.
Yeah,
I have not played the new Animal Crossing yet. I used to play it a lot when I was younger.
On the GameCube.
Yep, my family used to play it.
I had that too, and it was okay then. But it's like now, just even with the Switch, I feel like there's way too much more in terms of getting into socials, going to people's islands, trying to get items and stuff, make yourself the best. Like, I feel like it's something that unless you've got the full time to just constantly play that game, I feel like you could literally lose yourself fully into it. I probably said that in the most weirdest of way, but yeah, I feel like trying to play Animal Crossing, unless you've got the full time to fully devote to it and dig deep, it's very hard to play to get the max amount out of it. I feel.
Yeah.
Because it feels like it's one of those games where you have to log in almost consistently to take care of stuff or do things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if you guys remember, this is really dating those old little, like, what were they, Chia Pets or something? Those little things.
Oh my god, Gigapets!
Yeah, the Gigapets. It feels like one of those things where it's like you have to, like, constantly log in
Mine's
each
died.
day. Oh, mine died real fast because you could not keep me doing that same thing consistently over and over again. Like, yeah. Anyways, it just didn't do anything. The only thing that did anything for me was, Monster Hunter Rise Sunburst, which is a game that's got story content and just is a lot of fun. It's good replayability, in my opinion. So
now, if you're talking about just the overall news, like, yes, that was hype, but also Sora, that was a pretty impressive thing too, as well, coming to Super Smash Bros. That was an impressive thing, but outside of that, like, there should be more than just two things that we're excited about. All of us in this group, and this is one of the reasons why I love At Least We Try Gaming so much. We, for the most part, are variety gamers. We like all different types of stuff. We like again, I like sports. I like cars. I like RPGs. I like shooters. I like all types. You got it's Nineball who likes horror games, likes puzzles games, literally those weird types of indie games as well. Then you got down here, which Mildew Carrot likes survival. He likes some shooters as well. He likes there's a mixture here, and if you can't entertain a mixture with more than two things, and that's a problem in my book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, no, like if you've only got something that only speaks to like one or two of us, and we're just like, or even just two games that speak to all of us, we're just like, okay, that was it. Like,
exactly.
Really? Like, I'm pretty sure if they threw Metroid Prime out there, like if they finally got that thing done and going,
they could put that as part of subscription now. The Metroid Primes.
Well, it wouldn't be. It would have to be the earlier ones. It wouldn't be able to be 4 or whatever is supposed to be coming out.
Yeah, I'm not saying 4.
No, I agree with Nineballs. Like 1 and 2 from the GameCube.
Yeah,
bring those back.
Yeah,
that would be like the perfect like teaser to actually getting a trailer to Metroid Prime 4. Is like, by the way, guess what else? Metroid Prime 1 and 2 on the games coming in for this thing? What? Why is that? Well, because guess what? Metroid Prime 4. It's like, come on.
There's stuff what's the appetite?
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm hungry.
Metroid was actually a very good game. And dude, like Wind Waker, I'm surprised they haven't pulled Wind Waker. I don't know if it's on the store or not because I don't go through that thing because it's a waste of time in my opinion. But Wind Waker was such a fun Zelda game.
Yeah, they got to be like, you remember Classic Kroger? Oh God, I'm going back. You remember Classic Kroger used to try the food, try places, and to walk in, I let you try out the little sausages. And
before anyone freaks out, this is obviously pre-COVID. All right.
Yeah, this is pre-COVID.
This was back in the day when like everyone stole into the truck stop, washed their hands, like went to the bathroom and didn't wash their hands. When we didn't give a shit.
Back in the day, they used to have those little sample areas. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word.
But yeah, no, it's very weird. That's all I'm gonna say. Is it's very, very weird the way that they're doing stuff, and I'm very wondering why they're doing it this way. Like, to me, it does not make sense. But the fact that they're falling off makes sense.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo is finally getting steam out of this COVID thing, and they're going to keep going.
And something that doesn't entirely make sense, but also can make the perfect amount of sense, is story number 3, with Splinter Cell is coming back. Wait, what? Tom Henderson from VGC has stated this inside his story. Ubisoft has greenlit what will be the first mainline Splinter Cell game in a decade. That's according to development sources who told us that the title has been put into production as a means of winning back fans frustrated by the recent efforts to revive the franchise in the mobile and VR spaces. It's not clear of which studios are working on the project, though 2 people with knowledge of Ubisoft's plans suggested the new Splinter Cell was being led by a studio outside of its traditional Montreal base. The title is in early phase of production. The sources said there's a small chance it could be announced next year. The much requested sequel will arrive at a time when the company is looking to rebuild its image following a wave of discrimination and sexual harassment allegations. Employees group says that they're not satisfied with the level of action taken by Ubisoft to change its culture. End story. So we are getting a new. Yeah, it looks like we're eventually getting a new Splinter Cell game. And honestly, I personally have not, outside of this story, I've not heard anything about Ubisoft going through any discrimination or sexual harassment allegations.
Yeah, let me check. I believe I did a bit ago because I know they've had problems with it too. Mm-hmm. There's been quite a few studios that's been in trouble for this.
Yeah, well, I think when people are seeing that that they can actually have power to move stuff, aka Blizzard, I think that's when a lot of people are kind of get more encouraged to speak out against injustices, if you will. Now some of them, now not saying every speak out is genuine, because some of them might just be like, well, let's go and speak out so we can get money and stuff or get a raise, or there's going to be people that's going to be trying to do it out of the greed in their heart. But if they're coming forward and being like bringing this to light, so that way the people at the top are treating their employees with respect and love and passion and compassion, and really treating them like human beings and not like objects or anything like that. That's what the goal should be. It's a workplace. You know what I mean? Love each other appropriately and respect each other. Like, how hard can that really be?
It's well, the problem with it's a thing of power.
Yeah, I agree, and that's the thing. Like, with great power comes great responsibility. We all know, but it's just like,
God, please don't do Spider-Man.
But I'm just saying, like, it seems like every CEO in the entertainment business needs to watch that movie and take a lesson from Uncle Ben.
It looks like it's back around like
June or July, because I'm seeing it in
this
Bloomberg
year.
And stuff.
Well, because I'm seeing stuff where like they're saying they're making considerable progress after Me Too back in May. But they're still kind of like fans are skeptical on it. I haven't heard much of it.
That's because most companies have been really keeping it under. Most companies to keep it under wraps. Riot in particular has been real bad about it as well.
Oh, they were.
I know that. Oh, they got a lot. Riot was in a lot of trouble for a while. They probably are. Of course, there was Blizzard Entertainment, but you also have Ubisoft. I want to say there was another studio that was involved, but a lot of studios try their best to keep it under wrap by using an arbitration system, where you go to somebody else that's inside the network and they're supposed to deal with the problem.
Well, that was the problem with Blizzard or.
Riot was doing the same thing.
Yeah, they had that's actually was the biggest problem, is that they didn't want to do it because people who they're reporting on had friends in that role that would just ignore it, because they're like, no, they can't be doing that. But it's like, no. So it looked like there was some stuff about in their France divisions where some of the things I was reading came up about real quick.
It's just
Riot Games or Ubisoft. Yeah, it is. And it kind of brings back some memories of, like, and they said really, really old articles that I found about, like, it just kind of shows you like how much power like social media and stuff has, because like even beforehand, I remember reading an article where it was like one of the I think it was a female game designer. I can't remember which company was that, but the fans didn't like a decision she made, and they went like, I think fully onto like social medias and stuff, or like we're signing, like trying to get like stuff signed to get her like fired from her job and all. And there was some other ones I read where just people in like these social media groups were like very pushy and all, and like, and the companies were apparently listening to them and doing like what the fans wanted by them being this much of a rage on it. So like, and I'd have to go back and try and find those articles. It was a long time ago, but then after that I hadn't heard a peep out of that. So it could be back to what Nightball was saying, where it's like it's just been covered up, which is very sad.
Well, it's not just a video game culture as well. This is one that's been entitled almost everything. Music, movies. Oh God, there's been quite a few actors that have just gotten destroyed because of it. But really, they deserved it. One of them was, who was that? Harvey Weinstein, one of the
Yeah.
big names.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely agree that it's in all cultures. It's just you got to dig it and find it. Because a lot of times they buried it so far to keep it out of the limelight. But my thing was also just kind of what Malachi was stating on is there are some people who will abuse it. That it was going back to the story I was talking about where these people, these fans or these people who were watching this game didn't want what they were going to do, or like they didn't like the opinion of it, even though it was a pretty good one, and they pretty much raged against the person, trying to get them fired and all because they didn't like it, because they think that they're better. It's like, you guys are not the developers of this game. You guys are not the creators of these things. You need to step back and let them do their thing. Like, if you want something done and build something, then make your own studio. Like, good lord, like these people have all this coding aspect and knowledge to do these things, like, and they can't build a game themselves. I'm like,
it's almost
it boggles my mind that they go to the route of bullying versus stepping up and saying, no, I can make a better game, and letting the world determine the same way these people are doing it. So
it's something we've been going through for years. I mean, to be honest, with that aspect, it's been happening for years too. I mean, just look at League of Legends, Smite. You got constant people trying to tell them how to fix the characters, how to balance the character, and they have no idea what's wrong with the character. Every character that they hate is busted. Every character they like is fine. Why is Gilgamesh being banned? Why is he being nerfed? He's a fine champion. He's not too broken. People just don't know how to play around him.
You're gonna have arguments on both sides of the coins. Yeah. So it comes down to tolerance. Like, how much tolerance do you have for certain things, or how much, like you said, can you work around stuff? So it's mind-boggling, the cultures in some way. That we've built ourselves into with this internet culture.
Yeah.
With what's bred inside the background in those dark web corners and dark web forums type stuff. But in terms of the Splinter Cell thing, I feel like until they truly get their studio situated with all these allegations and everything, get that settled, make sure everyone's safe and all, and the workplace is safe. I really don't think the Splinter Cell game is going to come out anytime soon, unless they're
definitely not
pushing for something. So
they have to get their image up first.
I don't know. I know they're trying to save it. It's just, it feels like it's a very desperate reach for that small group that plays this game. They're reaching. They really are trying to reach into for the life raft to try and pull themselves back up. It feels like.
Well, who in here has played Splinter Cells?
Okay. Not me. The only time.
For our audio listeners, I raised my hand. Malachi 36.
All right.
I haven't played any. Like, it feels just too Call of Duty-ish.
It's not Call of Duty-ish at all. It is a stealth action style game. You really don't want to have conflicts. In the original Splinter Cell, it was all about staying hidden and getting people from the shadows. You would take out, most time we use like guns to take out lights. Mm-hmm. Most time you go in and you try to sneak kill as much. You do not want to be detected, because if you're detected, you don't last long.
Yeah. The bullet hits are more realistic than But yeah, the bullet hits are much more realistic than how it is in like Call of Duty and Halo.
Yeah, you don't just take like 3 shots and just breathe it off like.
Yeah.
Like, give me a med kit.
Splinter Cell itself is literally like the stealth game. I mean it's not like this game, but I would say if I had to compare it to another game, the closest it would be, other than Metal Gear Solid obviously, would be SOCOM. That would be the next in line that would be closest to.
I was thinking Siphon Filter.
Siphon Filter as well, yeah. But that one is Siphon Filter though is more of an equivalent to like a James Bond-ish type.
Yeah, because you did have there was sections to where you could cause a particular section where they took all your armor. Yeah. You had to sneak around in a uniform, like a doctor's uniform.
Yeah.
And you didn't have you had like one shot and you was dead because you have none of your gear on you.
Yeah. So, but as far as Splinter Cells goes, that's like if you think of U.S. Navy SEALs, like assassin types or anything like that, that's what Splinter Cell would be more.
That's what it started like, and it kind of deviated, because I know Splinter Cell 1 and 2 was like that, and I think Double Agent and them started going more towards, I would say, Jason Bourne and stuff. Because I know one of them, I think his daughter got killed, and I didn't play the later one.
64, GameCube, PS.
No, it was an Xbox title.
Xbox. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
never
also
played it.
out on. Oh god, it's gonna be. I think it's out on the Epic Game Store. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think I bought them.
Yeah, it's multi-platform now, but it initially
Yeah.
was tied in with Xbox.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. No, like I said, I never played
Yeah,
it, so I
It's definitely. It's not. Yeah, it's not. Most people think when you look at the cover, you see this guy with those 3 goggles and he's sneaking up. No, he's definitely. It's not Call of Duty at all. They'll give you an objective. You got to sneak into there. You got to. I think you have like very limited amounts of ammo and stuff too. It really, it's really around the whole premise is about staying in the shadows and striking at the right time. Yeah. There was one sequence that was ridiculously hard on there. What was it? Oh, the keypad.
Kind of sounds like a little bit of like Assassin's Creed-ish in a way, like kind of like towards some of the beginning points ish. Like, and that's why I'm saying ish, because you have the element aspect of trying to be stealthy and all, but like with Assassin's Creed, you can go like kind of just hardcore into the paint a bit sometimes. But it's very a stealth game. But I don't know, maybe if I just looked at the different one or something, but
you're probably looking at the later ones. The later ones.
That could be it too.
Started going more towards the action and away from stealth.
Yeah.
I feel like nowadays you probably could get away with bringing back the stealth, but maybe adding in a bit of capability with the action, like Assassin's Creed, because I feel like true stealth stuff, like not too many people would like it, or it'd be a very limited fan base. Like
I think that they could bring it back. For the simple fact of the matter is, beginning this year, what did come out? Hitman 3.
Hitman 3 is sort of like that because to the simple fact Hitman 3, you want to take people out. Because I played Hitman a long time ago. Hitman Blood, I think it was Blood Money, and you had to like sneak in because we had to sneak in. We always failed on it. We always ended up getting mass murder because you had to sneak into this mansion without getting noticed. And I always tried to kill the milkman. And take his identity, you put his guns in his milk and the milk thing so they wouldn't notice. It always failed. Always like one of the maids or somebody would notice me and then just shoot everybody.
But I say that to say for your commentary there as far as stealth games in this day and era, it can work. And I do think that they can do it. They just got to make sure that they have the right team to do it. So it just comes down to, again, now I do think that this is going to come out when they are ready to start having a better, different image about them. Because it does say so inside here. I know that was quoted directly from them. But I do think that this is one of those, like, as Mildewy had said, it's a desperation thing. It's one of those saving. A game should not be something that's just like, hey, this game's coming out. We're okay. You know what I mean? That shouldn't be the
fix your problem.
Yeah, fix your problem first. And then, if you want to go ahead and come out with this game on goodwill and stuff like that, all right, cool. But I think that this is something that should have came out long before, or again, maybe even after you've resolved and squashed the issue that's currently right now. Don't come out with it to try to patch the issue that's at hand. That's not gonna. That's just sweep under the rug. That's not doing anything. So,
trying to get to either forget or trying to keep people on by giving them I just feel like it is very the wrong time to kind of do this sort of thing right now.
Now don't get me wrong, I'll be happy for a Splinter Cell game to come out. And honestly, if it wasn't for ALWT Gaming, I probably wouldn't have dove into the story, and I probably wouldn't even known that this was going on. So if they were to announce a Splinter Cell, I would have been like, hey, let's go. But
if they announce like a release date, like say this year or next year, definitely feels like too soon. But if they're just saying, "Hey, we're working on something while dealing with this," then I can probably say, "Okay,
Yeah, I just wish it was in their plans already before this came out.
Yeah, I wish they had. If they had did this, well, like I said, that's not really the issue. The issue is if they fix the issue and go after the people and get everything straightened up. Then you can go and get finally get Splinter Cell. One thing I did notice, and I heard people been talking about, but I haven't really dove into it. They were talking about Blizzard because I know Blizzard recently fired a bunch of people. at the top, put like a female at the top, and the new patch, I guess, is working out. I don't know. I need to look more into it, so I'm not going to say too much on it yet.
Hmm.
But it sounds like they're making some moves. I just hope it's in the right direction. Same goes for Ubisoft. Don't use the video game for covering it up. Deal with the problem. Get it done. Get it fixed. Get these people out. Put the right people in. And then you focus on the game. And in the end, you will get a good, I mean, not only will you get a good environment, you'll get good workers, and you'll get a good game. Sometimes you have people working under stress, you'll get a terrible thing. Because then they won't know, they're going to be too worried about everything else, and they're going to be too frustrated and all that. Don't put these people under unneeded stress. Don't do that to people. Don't humiliate and hurt people like that.
Yeah.
Man or woman, don't do that. Just get the right people there and treat everybody fair.
Happy people make a great game.
Oh, yeah.
And a great game we shall have. And Dragon Age 4 is going to be next gen only, which is our story number 4. James Carr from Game... like a little segue into that.
I set that up too perfectly.
James Carr from GameSpot. The Dragon Age 4 will reportedly not release on the PS4 or Xbox One. Instead, only launch on PS5, Xbox Series X/S, and PC. The upcoming BioWare RPG does not have a set release date or window. The report is coming from GamesBeat, which has cited Dragon Age lead player design Daniel Nordlander's LinkedIn page, which lists the title Dragon Age, in parentheses, PS5/Xbox Series X/S/PC. GameBeat also verified this information with a separate unnamed source. Dragon Age reportedly won't be launching before 2023. So it's not too surprising that EA will be ready to leave the last gen consoles behind. That makes perfect sense to me. And on top of that, side note, this one I did grab from James Carr from GameSpot, but Jeff Grubb had also mentioned this too as well. But this does not surprise me at all. And in a perfect world to where COVID wasn't a thing and people were able to readily get their consoles, I would say this would be the final year for any lingering games to be on previous gen anyway. So, I ultimately all this news does for me just like, okay, 2022 when we hit here, I'm expecting to start seeing more titles be PS5 and Xbox Series X exclusives only, like console exclusives. Versus multi-platform or multi-gen, cross-gen. That's the word. So so that's what I'm looking forward to this, because I do want to make sure that developers, when they start making these games, they don't have to hold certain games back because they have to consider the PS4 or the Xbox One or anything like that. Just focus on the next gen. Go ahead and use that haptic feedback. Go ahead and use that SSD. Go ahead and utilize the adaptive triggers. You know what I mean? All of that. I'm excited to see where games are going to go, because there's a plethora of games I do have that is good for the PS5. I absolutely love playing those games. There's just not enough of them out right now to fully push that DualSense feature that I'm looking for. I know there's one that you have right now there, Nineball, that you've been chipping away at, and that's Returnal. And then same thing for you there, Mildewy, for Ratchet and Clank. I know that's going to be utilizing some of the haptic feedbacks as well. So I'm very curious to see and interested to see how that plays on for both of you guys.
Definitely. Yeah, they've got a lot of stuff that they can play with. And the fact that they're giving us at least that they're working on it, but won't be until possibly like after 2023, means that they're really delving hard into this game, which is good, because if anyone knows Dragon Age lore, like Malachi and myself know, which we're working on Nineball and Gravity on, it's a fantastic world.
Fantastic world.
It's got good lore. It's got excellent stories. It's got very good backstories and creation to it, in my opinion. They've got a lot that they can do, and I can't wait to see how they do it, especially with the way we ended on Inquisition and with the DLCs in it. So there's a lot going on that needs to be tied in. That it really gets me excited. And like I said, me personally, I'm very happy that they're taking their time with it. Kind of like you said, though, Malachi, that definitely tells me that going in being 5 only is that they are going to be really ramping up the graphics and all. They're really going to be going hardcore into it, and not just to kind of like leave behind the older systems, but because um, I'm not sure if anyone saw this, but like when I played Inquisition, I originally played on the 360, and it was still fun. Like it was fantastic. But then I traded it in, and I got it on my PS4 when I got the 4 because I wanted the Game of the Year edition so I could get the DLCs. That was a whole new aspect because there was stuff in elements and assets in that game, and when I played on the 4 that were not there when I was in the 360. One key example I had was when you first wake up after the chantry blows up and all with the meeting to try and like get like peace and all, or like get like a unity.
Are you talking about
back
two? No, you're talking about Inquisition. Okay.
in Inquisition.
Yeah.
When you wake up in Haven, that first time in that log cabin, after everything, after you go through and shut down the rift that's there, the first time when you meet Solus and Eric again, with Cassandra. When you shut that down, and then you pass out, and then you go back to the Haven, and you wake up in the rift, and you're going up towards the chapel to meet Cassandra and them, because they think that you're the knight. In the 360 version, there was only like 1 or 2 random knights along the path. In the PS4 version, there was knights lined up all along the path, and there was people on the sides and talking as well.
Yep.
There was a lot more assets there. That they're telling me that this is going to be 5 only makes me very excited that there's going to be a lot more assets. And I'm glad you mentioned Ratchet and Clank, because that kind of brings me to one of the things they talked about with Ratchet and Clank, especially with the newer systems and all, with the capabilities it has, is it allows for more interaction in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So more capabilities of interacting with those people and making it feel livable. So that gets me excited for the next Dragon Age, because Dragon Age is about a lot of those interactions is dealing with people. So how are they going to take the capability and power of the 5 and really bring that game forward? Really bring those interactions of the world to make it really truly feel livable. Like that is what I'm waiting to hear about. So I'm going to tell them take as much time, but I'm really happy that they're giving us more data on it and more info.
Yep. Wholeheartedly agree. And on top of that, after 2023, if they decided to use the Unreal 5 engine, that is going to give them plenty of time to get used and comfortable with it. If they're using a different type of engine that is equivalent to an Unreal engine or anything like that, again, PS5s and Xbox Series X's just came out. You're going to have at least 2 years minimum to be able to perfect your game and craft and before it comes out, because you're making it just for PS5 and Xbox Series X. I'm very excited about this.
They made on Frostbite for Dragon Age, so I don't know if they're gonna switch.
They're not going to use
I think they confirmed that. Yeah, I think they confirmed that they're not going to.
They're going. Frostbite has been a disaster.
Well, I know Frostbite definitely was like reaching its peak with Inquisition, but I wasn't sure, like, because it's probably something I missed. Did they confirm that they were not going to use it going to Unreal, or what did they confirm they were going?
I don't think they're going to Unreal. I just threw Unreal out there because I know that was one of the ones that they had mentioned last year, at the beginning of last year, that's going to be coming out for the PS5, and they showing that off. They actually shown it off at one of the tech demos in the middle of last year. But the thing, though, but I think that majority of these companies are upgrading to the next version, whatever it may be. It may be.
Well, the problem with
actually, I'm checking out an article here.
The problem with Frostbite is that, to be honest, when I watched the thing on that, Frostbite, it's not made for those.
It was just a shooter, I believe. Just supposed to be for the shooter types.
Yeah, I feel like
Dragon Age. Let's see.
Yep. Won't be using according to the developer.
Trying to.
Oh, wow! Whoa.
Yeah, I was reading some stuff that they're not going to use Unreal 4.
They're not using Unreal 4. It makes sense they're not going to use 5, though, because 5 is brand new.
Well, yeah, 5 is brand new, but it came out technically at the very beginning of this year. So if they wanted to, they could, because they have... If it's not going to be releasing before 2023, they got plenty of time to use 5 if they decided to use it.
There was an article from PC Games What was this article? Published September 4th. That Mass Effect 5 may ditch Frostbite for Unreal, but don't expect until 2025. But they were, let's see here. No, it's impossible. EA may be looking to use Unreal Engine to run specified ditching EA's own Frostbite despite being. I was thinking something about Dragon Age 5. Dragon Age 5 using.
Dragon Age 5? They're talking about Dragon Age 5 already?
Dragon Age 4, sorry.
I was about to say, this is Scrub and Dreadwolf all together.
It says Dragon Age.
From what
Dragon Age 4 will still be using Frostbite engine, but don't expect to even see until 2023 at the latest. But they're talking about, well, this is actually good for me too, because I really love both game series. Is that Mass Effect 5 may ditch Frostbite and don't expect anything until 2025. So that gives me hope that they're still working on this game.
There you go.
So, but they're ditching Frostbite for and Mass Effect, but apparently they're keeping it for Dragon Age. That's interesting. I'm wondering if they did some adjustments.
They was having huge problems on Anthem and some of the other games on that one. I feel like for me, this is going to be huge for them totally, because to be honest, BioWare's last couple games did not do well.
Anthem tanked. Andromeda, I feel like
Andromeda came out meme status of bugs too. It came out.
I didn't have any bugs when I was playing it.
I know. Well, you're in the same boat as me. I mean, I played Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk,
I was on the console, though. I was on the console. I didn't know any bugs.
You want to put the face memes on here?
Go ahead. Start posting them up.
It's a ton of face memes about Andromeda and how they looked and how the face looked creepy and stuff. It didn't do well overall. Now, I haven't played it all the way through personally, so I don't know if it was good or bad, in my opinion. But in sales-wise, I heard it didn't do too well. Anthem
looks beautiful. It looks beautiful.
When you
plays great.
For like $5, like
I got something special about Anthem. I always believe that, to be honest, and I know people are gonna be pissed off when I say this. Anthem is still in a worse state than Cyberpunk ever was.
I 100% disagree with that. 100%.
I 2,000% agree with that.
No. You're probably the only one. You're probably the
not
one.
Necessarily.
No way.
Not necessarily.
No way.
To each their own. Nine Balls over there on the Reddit page forum already posting about how Malachi's trying to support it and all that. What's with this guy?
No. I feel like that from those two games, they have to, after those two failures. I'm not going to say complete failures, because I believe, like you said, I played a bit of Mass Effect Andromeda. It wasn't horrendously bad. I don't really like the main characters and stories as much as the originals, but they're not terror bad levels. But I feel like after those two games didn't do so well, I feel like they really need to step up their A game.
They need to go back to what they were doing with the original Mass Effect, and I feel like the switch with Mass Effect to the Unreal would work, because it can probably hold the shooters better. But I didn't see too many issues with Dragon Age, and if I said that I saw it with Dragon Age, I apologize. But I didn't see too many issues with Dragon Age and Frostbite. I feel like it ran pretty well, like with Inquisition.
I agree. I agree. I didn't really. Dragon Age Inquisition for me, for the most part, was actually pretty good. I think I had maybe one or two small glitches with Isabella, and that was it.
That's because basically they had to. What they was doing was basically they had to rebuild it from the ground up.
So maybe they've done another.
EA was it was just when EA was in. Since I watched this whole video on it, it was quite interesting. They watched like the whole history on the thing and in Frostbite. EA was very insistent that all their games run off the Frostbite engine,
just so it could be their own.
Yeah, it's sort of like the what is it? The Mercury Steam. What's it? The Mercury Steam or the Frame engine? I can't remember which one it was for Capcom. I think it's the RE engine or something like that. Everybody has their own engine, Bethesda, it had the Tech engine, you had the Unreal engine.
Square had the Crystal
engine. They was
You got-
determined to run off their engine. Oh.
You know,
And from what I understood, it didn't go so well on some of the games. I feel like they don't really need that engine if it's not working for them. I feel like they need to go a better way because, like I said, I've not played much of it. I keep starting on Dragon Age and never get far. I have maybe 5 games. I got 5 games going right now. Well, the only thing I can do now is forsake Tales of Asteria. I'm in the middle of Tales.
I don't see a problem with that.
What? I'm in the middle of Tales of Asteria. We just went into the.
We're talking about Dragon Age here, bro.
I know. I know. I just was saying, like, I would have to forsake the Tales of Asteria, but from what I heard, it's pretty good, and it is an older but a BioWare game. I don't know what happened to them, but they need to get that old mojo and not the bad magic. Okay, don't take a bunch. Don't take the people and try to work them half to death, or wait to the last minute and try to work them half to death and take BioWare magic. No, it doesn't work like that.
Mm-hmm.
You need a BioWare vision.
Do it. That's good. BioWare vision. Yes. Do what Insomniac is doing, because right now I'm not hearing any bad stuff about Insomniac, and they're doing like 15 games at a time. So just copy their strategy. You know what I mean?
So what you're saying is go to Apple and start cloning people.
Insomniac? Oh yeah, no.
I feel like even still keeping at least Dragon Age on Frostbite, I don't feel like that's going to be a big problem. I feel like pulling Mass Effect off of it probably would help, because I think that it can handle what Mass Effect wants to do, whereas Dragon Age has a different sort of feel and mechanic to it that probably Frostbite can handle, especially if they do if they, like you said, if they rebuild and re-amp up the engine and make it better. I feel like it can handle it, but I feel like with what Mass Effect wants to do, probably isn't what Frostbite can do yet. So going to Unreal probably is a good call for them, at least on that one.
Yeah.
Because we've seen the stuff that Unreal 5 can definitely do.
Yes, we did, and I cannot wait till we start getting games in that fashion. Cannot wait.
If Dragon Age can be done in that fashion,
dude,
Frostbite would be awesome. If not, I definitely would say go to Unreal, but that would be going into that and kind of losing it on there. And I think what they're probably doing is testing Unreal with Mass Effect, doing Dragon Age on Frostbite to see how they can do it, then they'll go with the better of the two, depending upon what happens.
Yeah. Before we get on over to the story number 5, which is talk about Elden Ring's new release date, I do want to go ahead and talk about all the games that's been confirmed that's coming out next year, because it's looking kind of crazy. So in January, we have Monster Hunter Rise, which is coming to PC, and Pokemon Legends Arceus on the Monster Hunter Rise that's coming to PC is on January 12th. Pokemon Legends Arceus is coming on January 28th. Those are the games that's coming out for January. Then when
they just confirmed Arceus was going to be like Monster Hunter level style.
What is Total War Warhammer launch?
It might be in here. But they did say as far as the levels go for Arceus, it is going to be like sectioned off a little bit. It's not going to be purely open world per se, but it is, yeah.
It's a start.
For February, we have February 1st, Life is Strange, the remaster collection. On February 4th, we have Dying Light 2, Stay Human. February 10th, we have Know by Heart, which is coming on PC. February 15th is Dynasty Warriors 9. February 17th.
Dynasty Warrior 9.
It's Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires, my bad. I didn't say Empires, yeah. February 17th is King of Fighters 15. February 18th is for Horizon Forbidden West. February 22nd is Destiny 2 The Witch King.
Queen.
Yes, you are right. Yep, Witch Queen. February 22nd is Monarch. February 22nd is Sifu. February 25th is now Elden Ring. February 25th as well is Saints Row.
Interesting.
That's all on February. And then after February, I'm just going to go through these kind of quickly on this one. I'm not going to say what date they're really coming on, because Elden Ring is right there. Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, Gran Turismo 7, Triangle's Strategy, Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, Stalker 2, Test Drive Unlimited Solar, and Starfield. So those are all the games that's confirmed right now that's coming out next year.
Starfield ain't coming out.
So with that being said, we have...
Is that why they put it in November? So they got time to think about it?
Yeah.
So, with that being said, in February... February alone, I want to talk about February one more time. So February alone, we have a Life is Strange Remastered Collection, Dying Light 2 Stay Human, No by Heart, which I don't even know about, Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires, King of Fighters 15, Horizon Forbidden West, Destiny 2 The Witch Queen, Monarch, Sifu, Elden Ring, Saints Row. Those are all the games that's coming out in February. I want to do a little prediction round right here with you guys. Do you guys think any of these games are going to get delayed? And if so, what game do you think is going to get delayed? It doesn't have to be from February, just anything that I listed.
Say Elden Rings.
Yeah.
And I'll explain more why and when we read the story here.
So I'm going to go ahead and put Elden Ring. I'm going to lock that in for you there, Mildewy. 9Ball, what game do you think is going to get delayed and it can't be Elden Ring?
Ooh, yeah, man. Pick one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do Strangers of Paradise just to tick Malachi off.
I was gonna say at first it would be read the list off again.
Monster Hunter Rise coming to PC, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Life is Strange Remastered Collection, Dying Light 2 Stay Human, No by Heart, Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires, King of Fighters 15, Horizon Forbidden West, Destiny 2 The Witch Queen, Monarch, Sifu, Saints Row, Pathfinder, Gran Turismo 7, Triangle Strategy,
Gran Turismo 7.
You think Gran Turismo 7 is going to get delayed?
Yep.
All right.
That's an interesting call. It's already been delayed once.
Yeah, I can get delayed again.
And I am actually going to pick... Let me see which one I'm going to pick. I'm going to say Starfield.
When does that launch?
November.
It's supposed to be November. Like I said, that's
They need to put a date on that.
Yeah. There's a date. There's a date. It says it on here. I just didn't say the date, but it's November
11th. And that's
Wait a minute.
just so they can get time to think about it.
No, that's the same date as Skyrim. 11/11/11. That's when Skyrim originally launched.
Is it really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you think they're doing that?
Yep. Very cute there, Todd. It just works.
So that's that. Now let's go ahead and clicked on the wrong thing. Let's go ahead and talk about this article.
Elden Ring.
Yep, Elden Ring, new release date from Eddie Makic from GameSpot. Bandai Namco has delayed the launch of From Software's highly anticipated RPG Elden Ring. The game will now launch on February 25th, 2022, a delay from January. Explaining the delay, the developers said the depth and the strategic freedom of the game exceeds initial expectations. Thank you for your trust and patience. February 2022 is a very, very busy month for new releases with games like Horizon Forbidden West, Dying Light 2 Stay Human, The King of Fighters, Sifu, Destiny 2's The Witch Queen expansion, and the Saints Row reboot, all releasing that month too. And then also, there's also games that's been announced too, which I'm not going to go through. I kind of want to.
I'm sorry, I was looking up Scorn. I forgot about that game.
A Plague Tale Requiem, Arcadegeddon, Astro. Yeah, I'm not gonna go through it because there's too many here. But anyway, yeah. So with that being said, Elden Ring has been delayed, but it's only been delayed by a month. And I know we talked a little bit about this off stream. What do you think? Do you guys think with the current state that any of the? Do you think that Elden Ring is going to be officially... Well, go ahead and tell us why you think that Elden Ring is going to be delayed there, Mildewy.
A month delay feels too short. Like, it feels too final. Like, they feel like they got it, but they only need a month left to do stuff. I'm like,
They said it's mostly done, according to them.
they say it's mostly done, but they've been saying that for a while, and we haven't heard anything about it. I'm like, how many games can we name off right now that have been pushed back that were probably able to be launched now, but because of the COVID situation, they pushed them back further just to be safe? Like, and not by like 1 month, but by like several, or even like a half a year. Like, 1 month to me feels, I don't know. I want to say I'm smelling something cybery, here going on,
And that very well could be it, because it's a brand new IP. No, it doesn't have anything before it. We have no idea what it's going to be, except for the fact that it's going to be a Souls-like ish game. Yeah, you're 100% correct. This could be a cyberpunk situation.
It feels wrong to me. Now, if they pull it off, congratulations. I have no idea how you freaking did it. Can you go tell Cyberpunk how you did so they can not do it again? But it feels like a gamble. Like, they're just like, come on, sixes. It's like, or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what the number is. But it's like, I really don't think a month is a good enough delay. If you're going to do a delay.
It's done.
They've been saying it's done for how long, though, Nineball?
It's done.
They
said they got it.
Quick question:
Cyberpunk said they got it.
Is anybody planning on getting Elden Ring at launch?
If it launches the month it's supposed to launch, heck no. We got Horizon coming out, bro.
Why not? I'll get it.
I'm just kind of curious. I'm just curious to see. I'm just curious to see who I'm gonna be playing with, because I know it's multiplayer.
I want to see how well it does, though, with this just a month delay and all. Like, with how limited we know about it, like, that's going to be my big thing, is I'm going to kind of wait for the guinea pigs to go forward and get it and see how it goes from there. And then
I'm going to check something real quick.
To have it come, and then I'll get it if it's good. But it's like right now, like I said, if it launches in February, you've got Cyberpunk. I mean, you've got Cyberpunk launching, No, you got Horizon launching that same month. I'm like, I'm going to be freaking just in that game the whole time. Like, there's so much to do in Horizon. Like, when was it scheduled again for Elden Rings? February 25th, and Horizon was February 18th. Oh yeah, I ain't beating hit in time for freaking Elden Rings to come out. Heck no, especially if Saints Row launches on the 25th too. That game is gonna be on my top list, because I love me some Saints Row, especially with this new IP and a new style for it. Cannot wait to get into that.
So it's got specs for your PC.
On what, Steam or?
PC gaming benchmarks. That generally tells you that they're testing it.
Actually, that was actually something I wanted to go into. So if you guys go to the website right now for Elden Ring, you guys can sign up to be part of the beta test for November.
Beta test?
Yeah.
See, no, that's the thing. It's like, it's like, all right, people are like, oh, it's only delayed by a month. Like, we've got, like, it's October. We got, like, what is that now? Like 4 months now. Like, oh, it'll be fine. I'm like, I don't feel like with what they're possibly planning, it's going to be enough. Because, like I said, it feels too much of like a,
it's not showing very powerful specs on it, though, interestingly,
Really?
Yeah, it's showing a RTX 2060 for its recommended ones.
A GTX 1060, really?
An RTX 2060.
Well, that's for maximum.
Yeah,
or is that?
Yeah, for minimum it's 1060.
It's a GTX 1060, really?
Yeah, I want a 1070 still.
Yeah, but that's old.
Hey,
I'm not saying it's bad. It's really good and all, but it's surprising though, because normally nowadays, especially like
he wasn't talking about you.
No, I'm not talking bad. I'm just saying it's like with what we've seen with the advancements of technology and with the capability of games, the fact that they're able to run a minimum requirement on a 1060, that's interesting. That's about as interesting as that one company saying they're going to make that game that's a terabyte and run on the cloud system. But I'm like, okay,
it just works. I'm going to forget that.
Oh my god, that was
Windows 7 minimum They got minimum you can run on Windows 7, max up to Windows 10.
Okay, I'm very concerned now with that.
16 gigs of memory, that's normal. 60
Yeah.
gigabytes of space.
That's normal.
Yeah, I think
An
actually
i5 and an i7 Max, really?
6700K. I run an i5 6600K.
No, I know, but the minimum maximums, I just feel like,
An i5 4460.
yeah, the i5 4560 is what really is kind of catching me, especially
That's
with the Windows
minimum.
7. That's what I'm saying, is like a lot of the current games, especially with the stuff that's coming out, the minimum is much more advanced than this. So that's very interesting that they've got such a low minimum set.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't know who has a copy of OS 7 anymore, because a lot right now they've been pretty much, Microsoft has been force updating them to 10.
You know,
I'm just like, who still got 7? Like, it's on like a freaking standalone machine. But yeah, I feel like a month delay is not enough unless they've got something else up their sleeve. I feel cyberpunkish. I don't know why, I just do.
I'm feeling Yu-Gi-Oh-ish, okay? They got a trap card. They ready.
Yeah,
What you don't know is that, Life
I'm
also
just
played
kidding.
a counter trap card.
Yeah, no, I do think that month delay is not a ton of time, but I'm also kind of curious because this has been a game that's been rumored for so long. So I wonder how much time they really have been working on this without any spoilers.
And it's kind of interesting that they're not even mentioning it because, to be honest, they're almost like they've just been focusing on the work.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we're at, and that's what a lot of the professionals too inside the industry are saying is that it's crazy to think like I'm not surprised it's delayed, but I'm surprised of how little it's delayed by, because it's crazy to think that we're almost done with 2021. It's game slated to come out at the beginning of 2022, and we have heard almost virtually nothing about it. We have a trailer that came out recently. We have the announcement that was at the Video Game Awards of last year. Was it Video Game Awards last year, or was it? I think it was Summer Game Fest of this year. So it was one of those two where they finally showed with Jeff Keighley and they showed off the game. They announced it. So it's just I'm just kind of curious of how much progression they really have on this. So very interesting.
I mean, I know I called it saying in the current VGA coming up on December 8th that they're going to announce some stuff about it. So I'm wondering if this delay, now that I'm thinking about it more logistically in that sense, I guess, I'm not sure if I'm using the terminology right, guys. You can see me later on it, saying he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Maybe they are getting ready to do it. Maybe like in December, you're going to get that hard announcement saying, boom, right now. But it's just because of how limited they've been with their information and how quiet they've been and how hard they've been keeping this close to the chest. Like they're playing the heart of the cards, like literally close to the heart. They are like, they're like, they're that type of player. They're leaning so far back in their seat that not even the judge can see. Are you like, okay? Like, it's just been so weird, and it's a very weird situation. Now, if they can do it and pull it off, fantastic. Power to them. I'm still very skeptical, though. But I feel like, though, still in the VGAs, we'll hear something about it, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think we'll see something at VGAs as well. I'm going to speed run these last two stories. I'm just going to give you guys the highlights of it. Just because we are over right now in time. Story number 6. Yeah, story number 6 is Steam Deck features. Jenny Zhang from GameSpot says the Valve released a Steam Deck verification program that will help players know if their game runs seamlessly on the company's bite-sized handheld PC or not. There are 4 categories of the rating in the verification program: verified, playable, unsupported, and unknown. Verified means you can immediately play the game on a Steam Deck. Playable means that there might be some tweaking needs to be done on the user side, and unsupported means the game is non-functional on deck. And unknown means Valve hasn't checked the game for deck compatibility yet. The examples Valve gave for the playable category are needing players to manually select a community controller config or use the touchscreen to navigate a launcher and the like. So that's that. Talk about the Steam Deck. A little more features on that. You guys could go to GameSpot to read up on that from Jenny Zhang. Story,
it's interesting.
Yeah. Story number 7. Yes, we're going to talk about the fridge. Eddie Makic from GameSpot says Microsoft's newest piece of hardware is the Xbox Series X mini fridge, and it went on sale this morning at Target, which that, by the way, side note, putting this in there, that is going to be in the exclusive retailer, so you can only get it at Target, and then at least for the United States and other retailers around the world. The $100 meme product quickly sold and got review bombed and emerged on auction sites at a huge premium. Orders opened for a mini fridge this morning and almost immediately sold out. People who secured the fridge, which could only hold 12 cans, celebrated their accomplishment on social media. Many people were not so lucky. So a lot of people are missing out on this, and very similar like the Xbox Series X, scalpers are buying these for $100, reselling them for probably like $500. Actually, I'm very curious. I'm going to go there right now and see how many people are buying selling this.
Ooh, I want to see too.
Yeah, I want to see how much people are buying these selling this fridge for.
I want a fridge.
I mean, here's the thing, though. I'm like, it's a small little fridge that you can probably put somewhere, but it's like, to be honest, they sell stuff that you can just easily get more space in.
It's
probably
just
a lot better.
It's just a novelty.
That's really the thing of it, is it's the novelty of it.
So someone is selling this one. This one's not too bad. Still a lot, but someone's selling the mini fridge right here for $200, which is a $100 profit. Another person is selling it for $117, so $17 profit. That one's not bad.
I got one for $280.
$280. Yep, I see that. $172, $125,
$300,
$250, $150, $295.
There's the big numbers.
Yeah, now it's
big numbers.
What is this? 800?
There's
an 800 in here.
Is it 800?
No whammy.
Is there any bids on it?
0 bids.
Good.
There's 12 bids on a 20150. What the truck, guys?
Yeah. Yep.
You got a 590.
590, 289, 390, 379.
Someone's trying to sell their receipt at the pre-sale.
Yeah.
Oh my god, these people.
Yeah.
500.
Scalpers, you suck. You 1,000% suck. That's all I can say about that.
I'm a legitimate business. I don't care what you say. Have they banned them yet in the EU? I know the EU is working on it.
I think. Well, I know UK was looking into it. I don't know
that's
about
the European Union's.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if it was just UK, United Kingdom, or the whole EU was getting involved on it.
I only heard about just UK.
Okay.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for episode 69 of ALWT Things Gaming. If you guys are Twitch and YouTube's watcher, if you guys are on Spotify or Anchor, this is episode 55. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Make sure you guys are checking out our content. We have Smite Night this coming Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next Tuesday, yes, we have our normal. Oh, next week we have our normal programming. So Tuesdays, your ALWT Things Gaming 6 p.m. Followed by next Thursday is going to be 8 p.m. as well. But on the 30th, we are planning to do a holiday stream for Halloween, 9 to 5. Is it going to be Plasmaphobia? You will have to find out.
Phasmophobia.
Yeah, plasmaphobia.
It's plasma.
It's phasma.
I will phasma my way out of here. Until next time, everybody. Control, Alt,
Complete.
Peace.